What are we doing tonight, babe?
Welcoming all of our supporters into our bedroom. Welcome, supporters.
We do have some nice fancy glow lights back there. Keel, you don't want to talk about it?
I'm taking Kilo's stance tonight. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, that's too bad.
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't really have a choice. All right, you ready to answer all the questions?
Are you going to come have a seat?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, we're rolling. Your hair is a mess. Your girlfriends can't see that.
Hold on, let me put on my bedroom eyes.
Stop, this is not that kind of video.
Hello.
You're a mess.
And welcome to my side of the bed. Ooh, you have coffee with KATELYN? And I have...
my side of the bed.
My side of the bed.
All right.
So what are we doing?
So today we're asking you questions. These are all from our friends and fans, and you're going to answer them. I gave them the option of asking you specific questions or asking a question for like the male opinion. Most of them are specifically to you.
Holy cow.
There's a lot. So this might be a two-parter.
Man.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
First one.
Can I just say, I'm so excited for this.
First one, we're not gonna...
Are we jumping right in?
We're jumping all the way in.
Jeez. What if I have to poop?
Very first
I think I have to nervous poop right now.
Well, you're gonna have to do that later. All right, the very first question. Jeffrey, this is from Nellie. Jeffrey, how do you and Mom get private time? With a heart. That's the very first question.
Look around. We don't. We don't get private time.
True.
We live with 5 voyeurs. All right? We live with 5 voyeurs who are always all up in all of this and all of that. Well, she's behind the camera. And I don't know, sometimes it's very hard. I feel like sometimes our private time is very lacking because we have the inability to say shoe fly shoe. We talk about it. No dogs on the bed tonight.
Yeah, we never do it.
And it never happens, so you know.
But that doesn't mean that we don't have sex.
We do it.
They just watch.
They watch. It's so weird sometimes.
Right.
Especially if it's in like the middle of the day. Like at nighttime, they're passed out. Middle of the day, they're like, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's that thing? Why is that there?
Why is Daddy hurting Mommy? All right, next question. This one must be semi-new. Kane is the sweetest.
Kane is pretty sweet.
I wish I could just flip.
I can. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, boy.
Hi, sweet pea. Thank you.
You know he was just licking somebody's beehole?
Yeah, probably Sally's. All right, next question. Bridget wants to know, so I think she's probably newer to the page.
Newish.
Newish.
Okay.
Does he have a favorite dog? One that just kind of bonds with him?
Of course not, Bridget. I love all the dogs equally.
Okay, so we all know you're lying. This is a truthful thing, Jeffrey.
Oh, this is we're bringing Bridget into the circle of trust?
Yes.
Yeah, Kilo's my favorite.
Now, why is that?
So Kilo, I've had Kilo for 9 years. In the first 6 years of our lives together, there were no other dogs. I lived a pretty isolated life, battling addiction. She's been homeless with me. She's ate when I had no food. She's had vet care when I didn't have money to buy cigarettes for myself. She's kind of been through it all with me and unconditional love and stuck by my side. And so,
So she's your heart dog.
she's my heart dog, man. She's my soulmate.
Okay. Shannon wants to know, are you an absolute firm no on getting another dog? What if KATELYN found one she just felt like she couldn't live without? Or you?
I feel like we go back and forth as being the firm no person.
Yeah.
Like, luckily, at any given time, one of us is a firm no.
Except for when we got Lotto.
Except for Lotto.
I was a no for a minute.
Yeah, but yeah, we take turns being the firm no. So every once in a while I'll see a dog that I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, did I tell you I saw this tripod today? He was at my work and he lost his leg 2 weeks ago. His parents were bringing him in to get a prosthetic.
What?
Yeah, he was coming into a human prosthetic place.
And they were going to make
And they were going to make him a prosthetic leg.
Did you give him kisses and hugs?
I did.
Was
He was a polar, so I took an opportunity to educate on gentle eaters. And,
oh, good job. You should have said my wife has a beautiful vlog.
I usually do, but they seemed like
Not.
they were in a hurry. It was like weird for them. I left it alone.
So you don't support your wife.
I wanted a
is what I
picture too.
heard from that.
Do you know how many followers I get you?
Kidding.
Holy smokes,
You're
man.
psycho. All right.
I really
Libby.
feel like maybe it wasn't a nervous poop. Maybe I just really have to poop. Okay, hi Libby. What's up, Libby?
Libby's
I keep
local.
forgetting I'm on camera.
Well, that's good. That's what we like to know. Libby was brought to us through Jackie and Andy Sobalski.
Oh, I love the Sobalskis.
I know, me too. Libby wants to know, what is your favorite item at Skyline? I remember KATELYN grew up in Norwood, but don't remember if you grew up on Skyline too. If not, how long did it take to become a believer?
So I grew up in Seattle, so I did not grow up with Skyline. However, I was out here when I was about 19 years old, and from that point forward in my life, like every Christmas or every birthday my aunt would send, I fell in love with Skyline immediately. And so from that point forward, like my aunt would send packs of like Cincinnati chili seasoning and my mom would make it, and it was never Skyline, but it was good. So I typically, when I'm not ketoing, I will eat at Skyline 3 or 4 times a week. And my favorite thing to get is a large 3 with extreme cheese dry and 1 cheese coney, no onion, extra mustard, extreme cheese. However, usually I just order the Atkins bowl, or now the keto bowl. It's a coney bowl with mustard, sour cream, and extreme cheese. And every once in a while I get a little spicy and like to throw in a buffalo chicken salad with blue cheese, hold the tomatoes.
Okay, you took that question very seriously.
Heck yeah, that was like, Libby, thank you for a serious question. All these sugar-coated questions so far. Finally, we get down to the meat and bones of it.
Okay, so this one's kind of a two-parter. A few people asked different versions of this question. So, the first part of the question is, where? Let me find it.
Can I poop?
No. Yes. Do you really have to?
Yes.
Okay. So there's 4 questions basically that are essentially all asking the same thing. So I'm going to read all of them, and you just have to wrap your mind around it.
I get to pick the one that... Okay.
Okay, so first question.
And go.
From Sharon.
Sharon.
Was there a certain song or songs that made you think of KATELYN after you started dating that you felt in your heart, quotations, she's the one? Okay.
Okay.
Then we had... Christy wants to know, what made you fall in love with KATELYN and when did you know she was the one? Are you listening?
I am.
What's that?
I'm just going to have a little background music while you look for the next question.
Girl, I'm going crazy, 'cause I can't get you off my mind. Seems like the only thing that I think about,
Is you all the time. I have no words to express the way I feel about you. My heart's desire, baby, it's you.
So that's your song?
Didn't I send this to you when you were still in Florida?
Yeah. You did. It was very sweet.
you give me everything that I
You can't get high enough?
I could get high enough. My range is not that great, though.
Are you ready for the next question?
The song is
Oh, I thought you said during. You said background music during.
pretty loud.
You're one of a kind. You're no ordinary girl. Well, I can see it in your eyes.
Wait! That's the wrong song. That was my song to Kilo.
No. That's grounds for divorce.
No, I was kidding.
Okay.
So that is No Ordinary Girl by Revolution. The album is Courage to Grow. Courage to Change. Courage to Grow. Hey, back it up, bub. Back it up, bub.
Okay, are you ready for the next question? Well, this is, again, still
Okay.
part of the same
Okay.
thing. This is from Megan. What was the initial kicker for you to propose? And then, lastly...
Business arrangement. It was a very logical choice for me.
You're so romantic.
I know.
Where is... Okay, and then now Cindy's question, she says, my question is why? Why KATELYN?
Duh.
So those are all essentially...
Well, I mean,
why
they
did you fall
have
in love?
there's all some elements like so originally. So my comment about being a logical choice. So KATELYN has had some struggles getting over that because for me, since I've gotten clean, like everything that I've chosen to like have a part of my life has been for very logical reasons. And most women that I've chose to be with in my past, it wasn't necessarily a logical choice, but it was based in fantasy or lust. And like KATELYN just made sense. Like everything about her, from her recovery to the way she showed up for people in her life, the way that she treated her family, the way that her family operates and is. So for me, that's initially like, what? Don't let him lick his wiener?
His wiener on...
Well, go lick away. He's a dog. These are dog people. Dogs lick their wieners, by the way.
Okay.
And it took KATELYN some getting used to, like, because that really truthfully is my answer. And from her being that logical choice grew like really an attraction to her because of that logical reason. So while it's not really the most romantic thing, that's where it started. And like that's what it is still today for me. Sorry, babe, but it is. But it makes sense to me. Like it might not sound right,
Yeah, but when I argue with you about that, you're like, it's not logical anymore.
No, and it's not like it's grown past that. The logical decision was a breeding ground for love, right? The logical decision was a breeding ground for what this is now and everything like that. So
when did you know that I was the one?
I couldn't pinpoint.
And what made you decide to propose? What was the kicker that said, okay?
Wasn't getting any younger. Dude, she's super successful and made more money than me.
You're a brat.
She owned her own home.
You're not even kidding.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I can't pinpoint like a specific time. I'm like really probably one of the most unsentimental people in the whole world. And so like
I don't think I could have rolled my eyes harder just now.
like for me like that, I couldn't tell you. Like I knew for quite some time, but I can't give you an exact moment.
Okay, but maybe break down. We dated for like 6 months. You said
yeah,
we dated after.
Yeah, we dated. So we knew each other for a year. And like I liked her. I thought she was cute and everything, but I wasn't trying to actively sleep with her, and so she wasn't getting the clue that like I kept asking her out and to do stuff, and then she asked me to go to her sister's wedding, and I put on the moves. There were a couple other chicks that were really digging me there that had dates, but they would have gone home with me.
Oh, you're still a liar.
And you know, But I was like, you know what? Do you own your own home? And they were like, no. And I was like, sorry, I ain't got time for all that.
You're
man.
such a liar.
So.
Oh, you're a mess. All right.
I feel like this is one of those things that, like, I'm going to watch back and be like, you look like such a nerd, man.
Why would you look like a nerd?
I don't know.
All right, so since you said about my family earlier, another question asked by a woman named Lynn. She wants to know what you think of your mother-in-law.
A lady named Lynn wants to know how I feel about my mother-in-law, Lynn.
Yeah.
I'm not answering. I feel like this is a setup, Linny. Linny, you don't think I know it's you?
How much you love her?
So Lynn is my favorite mother-in-law. You don't have to share this with anybody, Lynn. I think you're the only supporter in your family. You're my favorite person in your family. I really love Chippy. I love Chippy.
Okay.
But Lynn, you're my favorite.
All right.
Like no BS about it.
Aww.
So Lynn is an avid anti-Trumper. And so for Christmas, I was very, very sweet, and I like to put a lot of thought into the gifts that I get my mother-in-law. And I got her a Donald Trump coffee mug that is nothing but compliments.
About what a great mother-in-law she is.
About what a great mother-in-law she is. And I have not seen that coffee cup since. I hope it wasn't destroyed in the fire.
Oh,
the
no.
blaze of 19.
It wasn't, because
It's
ceramic.
You better still have your
it's not
coffee
smoke
cup.
damage. All right.
You better at least be using it as a pen holder or loose change in the laundry room or something.
Maybe she picks up Kitty's poop with it. All right, there's lots of questions, so this is probably going to be a two-parter, but we're going to do all of them tonight, just so you know. If Kilo passes away, would you look into cloning?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Would I clone Kilo?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's a real thing.
I would clone Kilo in a heartbeat.
If you could afford it.
Babe.
We can't afford it.
Babe.
No.
Are you kidding me?
We can't afford it.
Right
we can't
now,
clone 5 dogs.
I would sell our rental house and sell my truck.
And
to
your
clone.
soul.
I would sell my soul to... You know what? I would do whatever it took to clone Kilo. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that's all kind of iffy, and we haven't looked into it a whole bunch, and what are the chances that she'd be like a pet cemetery pet?
She would not be the same Kilo.
She wouldn't be the same. So if there was a 0.1% chance that the dog that I cloned would not be Kilo, the one that I lost, there would be no chance that I would do it. She is literally probably the best dog that I could have ever had in my life for the period of time that she's been in it, and I wouldn't. No way. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. Jeffrey, do you ever get jealous of all the love KATELYN gets to give the puppers all day?
No.
Or jealous of all the love that the puppers give to her?
No. I love that I get to leave for 8 hours or 9 or 10 hours a day and then come home and enjoy them, but I would never be a stay-at-home. I would be no good. I'd be on the back porch smoking doobies within about a week, kissing my recovery goodbye.
Here's a slightly related question. Are you okay with the fact that KATELYN probably loves the dogs more than you, and do you have any advice for other guys whose wives love the dogs more?
Ask the first part. Do I think you love them more?
She didn't. No, she wasn't asking that. She said, "Are you okay with the fact that I do?"
Oh yeah, completely.
It's a different kind of love.
Yeah, it's just a different kind of a love. I'm fine with it. I think. Well, and two, so KATELYN wishes sometime that I would be a little bit jealous of things, and I'm just not.
About anything.
So I joke that
I care enough to not give a shit.
Yeah, I care enough to not give a shit.
About anything ever.
Yeah, about anything that would cause turmoil or friction, to be jealous of she has a guy that's a best friend, for me to be jealous of that, I've been in those kind of relationships before, and I never understood why a platonic friendship or a love relationship with animals or family or anything it is just ridiculous that goes on and that happens.
So here, I'm just going to step in here and say that I would not be okay if Jeffrey had a woman friend the way that... And I'm just saying, I know that I would be jealous is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fine too. Like, that's like another one of those things. Like, I care enough not to like allow that to bother me or to like dwell on it or anything like that, you know?
Right. Oh, that was from...
Pretty much, ladies. I'm the perfect catch. 513.
But you're taken.
520-15.